The Humanize My Hoodie movement is excited to present to you our year in review. Man, we've had one heck of a year, so check it out.
Got on this hoodie because this kind of like kicked off our 2020. You know what I mean? Like we rocked these in December 2019 in Atlanta. We had these on and people loved them. You know what I mean? So this the fuzzy joint, and we put a lot of energy into it because we had a book and we had the documentary. So we just wore it, and you know, that was that. So we gotta come back to this. But this hoodie kind of kicked off 2020. Looking at this year, I mean, we started it, you know, with a bang. You know, we had our documentary. We felt good about it. And we wanted to, you know, show up, you know, in an amazing way, you know, in a different way. It's a new year, so new things. And we showed our documentary on MLK Day at Phoenix Theater. 2 sold out shows. The art was in full effect. We had the store, people bought hoodies. We took pictures. You know, it was a whole vibe, you know, to be able to sit in there after, you know, showing the film. So we had big plans, you know. Then we took it to Iowa City for sure. Had to go to Andre's backyard, and it was like, man, that arena, shoot, it looked like an arena was full. You know, it was like we had a couple hundred people in there, and it felt right. We had a little VIP. It was super dope, you know what I'm saying? We put, you know, gifts together. We had artists perform. We was grinding, you know, and it was January, February. We did a big, you know, presentation for Target. You know, Caroline Wanger, shout out to Caroline, who's now with Essence. You know, she brought us in, and we rocked Target for a whole day. I think we impacted 1,270 people, according to their numbers. And it was important because at one point we was with 400 people. And we, you know, we spoke. We brought the ancestors with us, and we did some heavy lifting in there. So we started the year with a bang, and we had plans of taking a documentary across the country.
To this date, we've given away 4,000 hoodies. It's almost unbelievable. But right now, to this date, 4,000 hoodies has been given out to underserved communities. That's phenomenal. We can't even believe that many people actually wear this brand on their body. So we're just super excited about that opportunity to be able to show that much love in communities that need that love right now.
When COVID hit, we bossed up in March. You know, it was a phone call, Andre, let's go ahead and start putting this workshop online. He was with it right away. He was like, let's go. He's like, I mean, Andre stepped up and had to learn a whole new skill set for us to be able to put our workshop online. But for 6 weeks, that's how we dealt with COVID. I got this background. I got the lights. It was like we put this thing together, and that was in March. We kept being flexible and adapting. You know, so from March 14th through May to mid-May, we had it field tested. We did several videos. We took clips, put things together. We put that thing, I mean, it was like we put together a 3-hour online workshop. That's not a small thing to do. It's a pretty big thing. That was March through May, and you know, the day we put it out was special. It was sacred. People were signing up. They wanted it. They felt like it was valuable, and we got the evaluations to prove it. It's a winner. And you know, that thing has grown since. I mean, it's grown to, I mean, places we didn't even see it growing into. But that's the power of the work, and that's the power of the ancestors and people supporting us, and you know, all of the people who donated. You know, like this is the result. You know, everybody who stepped up. You see, we put out a tool where you can get 3 CEUs, and it's credible and it's reliable, and people feel like they had a valuable experience and they learned and they grew. We kept grinding throughout the year, and the day after we put it out, George Floyd was lynched.
Rest his soul. The Humanize My Hoodie movement stepped into, you know, like emergency services.
And we definitely laced up for that. We provided food, We provided support for protesters. We provided security against white supremacists. We had to rise up and be prepared for everything, man. I mean, even when the stores burned down, we had to take care of the community. And we did that. You know what I'm saying? Iowa City, Andre was riding out, building new leaders. Because now you see Sophia grinding, leading, you know, doing amazing things, you know. So it's like we just kept working and kept grinding. Like we just never stopped. We stayed frontline, we stayed down. Even in the midst of our workshops and all of our things. Amore Coffee gets killed, we ride. Breonna Taylor, we ride. It's like we've been a part of all of those things. And when COVID, you know, all summer and all that stuff, we kept giving Zooms. We stayed in tune. We stayed checking in with everybody. We stayed talking to y'all. You know what I'm saying? So it's like for us, we stayed current and we stayed relevant because we said what we needed to say on our social media and publicly. And it was like then we had to just write and design and create. And then we staffed up. We staffed up. People supported us, man. Like, facts. So our end of the year report is looking amazing. And to close out the year, I mean, you got to think, even for Thanksgiving, or what we call Thanks-taking, we stood tall. We stood with the Native Americans. Andre has a relationship with the Native folks in Iowa, and they brought something special together. It was just the hoodie. It said, "The truth will not be whitewashed." It's a bold statement, but, you know, I'm just like, man, I'm going to rock it. Andre like, hey, I'm going to rock it. We supporting them. I'm like, okay, cool. But I put it on the next day. Like, Andre put it on. And, you know, people wanted it so bad that we had to talk to them and let them know, like, hey, all the proceeds from this will go to you. You know, this is yours.
We have been working with these young brothers called the Hubbard Scholars, and due to the fact that these guys are so bright and amazing, we had this whole idea where, you know, we wanted to engage them with the community, which is one of their missions, but we wanted to do it in a special way, so we created the Homework Hotline. And what this basically is an opportunity for young kids to meet, young black kids specifically, to meet black kids that are in college. And it's this whole methodology of, if you can see it, you can be it. And with these guys being in universities and tutoring these kids, we hoping that they can influence the younger generation to also go to college and pursue their dreams and stuff like that. So that's why we created that Homework Hotline. We're still accepting donations for that hotline, as we're trying to build it up to be stronger in 2021. They've taken a lot of calls. They've read to kids at Weber. It's the future of our movement. We don't actually have to be in specific places. We can engage with our base throughout the world. We created Humanize My Hoodie University that's gonna have a lot of platforms, specifically with Teachable. It's gonna have our Educators as Allies workshop, which we are in current production of, and we're going to put that out next year. It's also going to have our fashion activism workshop and also our abolition workshops. So we're excited about Humanize My Hoodie University, which is going to be our educational platform. Like we always say, Humanize My Hoodie is a university. The hoodie is just the uniform. One of the amazing things that we did in 2020 that was almost unbelievable, just because it was during a pandemic, as we got a space donated to us. And with the space, we turned that space into this amazing art liberation space for black people. And we had a number of different opportunities to do art, to, you know, have barbers in there, to have kids come in and draw on the wall, to, you know, seeing people build their own clothing lines right from the space. A lot of people came in for healing and conversation and community and loving, and we got to share the space with other communities of color, like the Latinx folks and also the indigenous folks that we love dearly. And it was just a space that we got a chance to display radical love. It's been a huge year as far as retail and the hoodies. We've expanded the movement, partnered with Foot Action. We're now in 10 retail spaces across the country. I'm gonna pause with that. You know, you can find us in Brooklyn, You can find us in Bronx. You can find us in Philadelphia. You can find us in Chicago. You can find us in Detroit. You can find us in Tampa Bay, Florida. You can find us in Houston, Texas. You can find us in Dallas. And you can find us in 2 locations in LA. We're extremely excited about this partnership. We're looking forward to a long-term partnership with them where we can continuously grow and amplify our movement and, you know, Black life, really, and Black business. You know, that's what this is about. It's about how can we grow Black business. Another partnership we got right now is with Warner Music. Super excited about this partnership. It was an opportunity for us to give back to the Colin Kaepernick Know Your Rights camp. We're excited to work with the Warner team on that, and we're looking to work with them on more opportunities in the future. We got a brewery partnership. We've had a couple of brewery partnerships. You know, shout out to Lua Brewing, shout out to Big Grove Brewery, shout out to Weather Soul.
We grateful. Financially, breweries sold that beer and gave proceeds to Humanize My Hoodie, and we salute that, man. That allowed us to bring SEMA on. Now, with the help of SEMA, we've trained over 1,400 people with that tool that we put out in May. Shout out to Black is Beautiful Beer. Shout out to Marcus, you know, for putting that together. And shout out to the breweries that stepped up and supported us. We grateful.
We partner with Amore Coffee. They got a Humanize My Hoodie medium roast coffee. I'm a huge, me personally, Andre is a huge coffee drinker, and they're roasting these beans, medium roast. They've never done it before. We're excited about this partnership. We've also had a few pop-up shops in their space, so we're excited about where we're taking that partnership. And now you can get medium roast coffee with the Humanize My Hoodie label, where we actually been in the kitchen mixing it up with them. The last partnership we want to discuss is our partnership with Marsh. Marsh is a tattoo artist in Iowa City, and she's agreed to donate for every week that she does a tattoo. She's going to donate to Humanize My Hoodie and the Emma Goldman Foundation. She has a number of flash tattoos she's already pre-made, and she's looking forward to working with us in the 2021 year. Thank you guys so much for listening to everything we've had going on this year. It's been one trailblaze of a year, and we're looking forward to 2021 to make it even bigger.
And for real, but our end of the year report is looking really amazing. Like, we put Kennedy on staff. You know, we partnered with a lot of folks, man, like a long list of people. You know what I'm saying? Like, we did amazing stuff with Soul Bowl. We did amazing work with Amore Coffee Shop. We built partnerships that are really strong, and we're talking about abolition. I mean, what more can we say, man? This year has been tough in a lot of ways, and people have been contacting us saying we've been the ones to help them be able to continue to fight. We're grateful, we honored, and we humbled by this experience, man. Like, 2021 feels like it's gonna be better, feels like we'll be healthier, feels like we can be back in spaces together. And when we can do that, y'all know, man, nobody can do it like Andre and I. Like, come on, New York Fashion Week was last year. You know what we can put together. So, hey, this been a good year, man. Appreciate y'all, man. Love y'all, for real, man. I'm saluting, man. We got through 2020. Now let's go ahead and I don't even want to say it, man. I don't even want to say it.